Steve, big Evertonian, good morning. Where's it been, that performance, Steve?
Jim, the million-dollar question, where has it been? But I tell you what it does, Jim, but I tell you what it does do, it answers a lot of questions. We were talking after the Newcastle game, yourself and Simon, of doom and gloom and what it was, and Sean Dyche wasn't the right man. Please, Jim, that performance from the lads yesterday, and all credit to Brighton, you know, and they're not denying it, that could have been 5 or 6 at half time, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely right. So you've got your faith wholly in Sean Dyche. He's the man, you feel?
Always been, and Simon, you know, I've gone along with you for the last 3 or 4 seasons. He's the man I've wanted. People have questioned him, Jim. Jim, he's an intelligent man. What he's done, the changes he's made, he's brought out Kane, didn't he, out to the back, and he's brought in Yaramina, Gardner. He felt Scholes, he was talking about him only weeks ago. We said this lad, he wanted him at United, is different gear. He's getting the boys playing, and I know you've got his ex-Burnley players coming in and playing. He's just, for me, and I'll say it, he's one of us, Jim. When you've got one of your own in the dugout that understands you as a club and as a supporter, and you watch him and his mannerisms, he come on the pitch, he shook hands with the lads, and he said to the lads, go over there and applaud the lads. He went over there, he's come over there and he's applauded us. Now get back in the dressing room, the job isn't done. But Jim, I'm sticking my neck out. That result yesterday, more importantly, the performance, we're in good hands, Jim. We're in very good hands.
Oh, Steve, it's so good to hear you like this, mate. Go on.
Whoever had doubted Sean Dyche, that man's going to be there for a very, very long time. And what we're going to be for the years to come is probably a middle to top side now. 3 or 4 seasons, we'll live with that, Jim. He's given us our pride back. Sean Dyche.
Fantastic, Steve. That was nothing short of magnificent. Steve, I know you want a word with... Oh, is he gone? I think that was a big finish, wasn't it? Steve, that was quite outstanding. I was going to ask him if he's more confident. Steve, are you still with us?
I'm still here, Jim. I'm still on board, mate.
Steve, that was wonderful. I know you'll probably want a word with Simon. Everybody does. But are you more confident now, Steve, about staying up?
Absolutely, Jim. Jim, grown men, grown women, crying on the train yesterday. The relief, Jim. And I'm sure Forrest feel a little bit the same like Evertonians today. The relief of getting a result. But the performance, Sean Dyche, we haven't played like with that. I can't remember the last time Everton Football Club put a performance in like that. Don't doubt him. We are Everton Football Club, and Jesus Christ was an Evertonian. Never forget it.
Steve, this is sensational. Simon's beside me and he's grinning broadly. That's what Everton means to Steve, means to these Everton fans.
Yeah, and I bumped into some Everton fans over the weekend that were going to the game on Sunday, and they were doom and gloom. I said, you're not done yet. You're a long way from done yet. There's a long way to go in this. And he's made big decisions. You know, I think, he's taken Michael Keane out. I think he needed to. And he's got... That is a Sean Dyche performance. That's a Sean Dyche performance, isn't it? That's what you get. Now, let's not go from Swallows to Summers. Let's keep the context. Everton has still got some battles to fight, and they're a long way from being a mid-table to top-end club. But if they can get out of this... They've got the right manager in place. We sat here 8 months ago with Dyche. And you and I both turned around and said... the things that we thought before were doubled down on a basis of how strong Sean is. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. No one, not even the most ardent of Everton fans, would have sat there thinking we're going to go to Brighton and pump 5 past them. Yeah. But it just shows you, and they were better against Leicester, and that's Dyche. That's calmness, that's confidence, it's belief, it's moving things around to make sure players understand what they've got to do and when they've got to do it. It's utilising the players that he knows. But you saw the seeds of that performance against Leicester.
Yeah, absolutely. Steve, if you're still with us, we've got Evertonians coming on and echoing exactly what you said, but I don't think they'll be able to articulate it in the way you did. You're a man of passion for your football club, mate.
Jim, can I just ask Simon one question?
Go on.
Simon. I love him because he's an honest man, and I told you that I'd love him at our football club because that's what we are, Jim. Evertonians, we are. Our supporters in that ground, Jim, we sang from for the first whistle till 20 minutes after the game, and even the Brighton supporters, we had it at Newcastle. Our supporters walked out with 15 minutes to go. They done the same. Listen, Brighton can't play like Brazil every week, one for a better expression. But Simon, please tell me now, that was the result that'll keep us up, won't it?
I would think it'll give you a bloody good chance, mate. I mean, the bottom line is, if you look at the next round of fixtures, you've got the spirit, right? So you've got Bournemouth at home and you've got Wolves away. These are games that you'll go into knowing what you've done to Brighton, knowing what you should have done to Leicester, because that game was yours to win. You'll go in there, the players will think completely differently about the dynamics of the opportunity in front of them. They'll look forward to the games. So I think there's a distinct possibility that Everton just last night saved their season. They did it. They started it against Leicester. Yeah, I do think with that result, unless we're going to see another freak one come out of nowhere for someone else, I do think that's the result that keeps Everton in the Premier League.
There you go, Steve. How do you want to sign off, mate? I'll leave it to you.
I just want to take to Simon. Get your coats on. Get moving. There ain't no time for losing. Come on, come on, come on. Get down to Goodison Park. Great show, lads. Love yous.
Fantastic, Steve. That was nothing short of magnificent. And bear in mind, it's 27 minutes past 10 in the morning. That was fabulous. But the passion, Simon, how can they possibly go down when they've got fans like that?
Yeah, and you know, every club that's got down has got brilliant fans. Let's be clear about that. But the Everton players, you know, did the fans justice last night, because they've, you know, whether I agree with the fans going after Bill and Denise, and I don't to some extent. I understand their frustrations and exasperations, but I think they need to point their guns. If they need to point guns at anybody, metaphorically, it should be at Farhad Mashiri. But right now, it's about keeping his team in the Premier League. It is about keeping his team in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I think they will. And I've always thought they will with Dyche. And we said it for a long time. You know, you've got to wobble when you're seeing Everton starting to not win games.
Yeah.
But the performance on last night was a remarkable performance.
It was remarkable. So was that call. Unbelievable. Everton go down to the South Coast and they won 5-1. Will it be enough? Well, you would think it probably will.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.